2:34 a.m. The phone screen lights up Emily's face in the dark bedroom. She's watching the hidden camera footage. The baby's room appears in shades of gray. Noah is asleep. Everything looks calm until the door opens, slowly, quietly. Someone walks in. Emily holds her breath. Her heart starts racing. She squints, trying to see better through the grainy image. The figure walks up to the crib, stands there, still, just watching Noah sleep. Then, with slow movements, reaches out and adjusts his blanket. Emily pauses the video. Her hands are shaking. She installed that camera to keep an eye on her mother-in-law. She was sure something was wrong. The baby was crying too much, waking up upset, and her mother-in-law looked more exhausted than anyone. But when Emily finally watched the recordings, she realized the problem wasn't where she thought it was. And what she saw on that screen changed everything. Let's go back 3 weeks. Emily, 32, works in advertising, first-time mom. Noah, 8 months old, big eyes, easy smile. Linda, 58, mother-in-law, raised 3 kids, experienced grandma, firm voice, strong opinions. When Noah was born, Linda offered to help. I raised 3 on my own. I know how hard the beginning is. Let me stay with you for a few days. A few days turned into 3 weeks, and at first, it was a blessing. Linda got up at night when Noah cried. She made bottles, changed diapers, gave him baths, sang old lullabies that calmed him down. For the first time since giving birth, Emily could sleep a few hours in a row. She could shower without rushing. She could breathe. "You need to rest," Linda would say, taking Noah from her arms. "A tired mom can't take good care of a baby. Go sleep, I'll stay with him." And Emily went, grateful, relieved, until something shifted. It was subtle at first. So subtle Emily thought she was imagining things. Noah started waking up earlier, crying. Not that hungry cry or wet diaper cry. It was different, scared. Like something had yanked him out of sleep. During the day, he was cranky, rejected the bottle. At night, it took forever to get him down. And when he finally fell asleep, he'd wake up 2, 3, 4 times. Always the same pattern, startled, crying, panicked. Emily tried everything. She took him to the pediatrician. All the exams came back normal. Switched formulas. Nothing changed. Adjusted the room temperature, bought a humidifier, changed bath time. She read about sleep. Regression, developmental leaps, separation anxiety. Tried all the methods, consistent routine, low lights, structured naps, white noise. Nothing worked. And with every sleepless night, the doubt grew. Because Linda had changed too. At first, she woke up cheerful, ready for the day, full of energy. Now she got up with dark circles, slumped shoulders, moody. She sighed before picking Noah up. Sometimes she'd just stand there, staring at nothing, with an expression Emily couldn't read. Exhaustion? Frustration? Or something else? And worse, Linda started making comments. He wasn't like this before. He used to sleep through the night. Something's wrong with this kid. Each sentence felt like a little stab. Each look, a silent accusation. Emily felt that somehow Linda blamed her. Or worse, that Linda thought she wasn't good enough as a mom. Emily's husband, Ryan, didn't see any of this. "My mom's helping us, babe. She's just tired. We're all tired." But Emily felt something else was going on. Something she couldn't name. Then she started noticing the small things. Linda would go into Noah's room even when he wasn't crying. "Just checking on him," she'd say. But why so often? Why always in the middle of the night? Linda insisted on being the one to put Noah to bed. "You don't really know how to do it. Let me." And when Emily tried, Noah cried harder, like he'd only calmed down in his grandma's arms. Linda whispered to Noah when she thought no one was listening. Emily couldn't make out the words, but the tone. The tone was weird, possessive. And every day Emily felt like she was losing her son, Like Noah was getting more attached to his grandma than to her. Like Linda was, somehow, taking her place. The thoughts came in waves. Emily tried to push them away, but they kept coming back, stronger every time. Is she doing something when I'm not around? Does she wake him on purpose so she's the one who soothes him? Does she want me to look incompetent? Does she want Noah to prefer her over me? Emily knew how it sounded. Paranoia, jealousy, insecurity of a first-time mom. But what if it wasn't? She tried talking to Ryan. Babe, I think your mom is getting too involved. Ryan frowned. Too involved? She's helping. But Noah's not okay, and she acts like it's my fault. You're exhausted. You're seeing things that aren't there. I'm not making this up, Ryan. She goes into his room all the time. She won't let me do things my way. She's my mom. She raised 3 kids. She knows what she's doing. And right there, in that sentence, Emily understood. She was on her own. If she accused Linda without proof, she'd be the difficult daughter-in-law, the ungrateful one, the one who kicked out the grandma who was just helping. But if she had proof? On a Monday, after a night when Noah woke up 5 times, Emily walked into an electronics store and bought a security camera. Small, discreet, with night vision, 2-way audio, motion detection. The salesperson explained the features. Emily nodded, paid, and left with the box under her arm. That afternoon, while Linda took Noah for a walk at the park, Emily installed the camera high up in the corner of the nursery. She adjusted the angle to capture the crib, the door, the window, tested the connection, downloaded the app, turned on notifications, and didn't tell anyone. Just to understand what's going on, she told herself, staring at the almost invisible camera in the corner. Just to be sure. But deep down, she was already sure. She just wanted evidence. The next day, Emily could barely focus on work. Every half hour, she opened the camera app on her phone and peeked. Noah playing, Linda changing a diaper, Noah drinking a bottle, Linda singing. Everything looked normal. At lunchtime, she locked herself in the office bathroom, put on her headphones, and started watching the previous day's recording on fast forward. Linda coming into Noah's room in the morning, picking him up, changing his clothes, making a bottle, testing the temperature on her wrist, sitting in the chair to feed him, singing softly, laying him down. When Noah cried, she went to him, picked him up, rocked him, waited for him to relax before putting him back down. No yelling, no impatience, no strange behavior. Emily watched the whole day, twice. She found nothing. She should have felt relieved. She didn't. Because Noah was still waking, still crying, still had those dark circles that didn't belong on a baby's face. If it wasn't Linda during the day, maybe it was at night. That night, Emily got an idea. She waited for Ryan to fall asleep, grabbed her phone, opened the app, and started watching the previous night's footage. 12:15 a.m., Noah asleep. The room in gray, lit only by the dim glow of a moon-shaped nightlight. Silence, just the soft hiss of the night vision. 1:40 a.m., Noah still asleep, curled on his side, pacifier in his mouth. 2:34 a.m., the door opens. Emily shoots upright in bed, her heart pounding. Linda walks into the room, slowly, quietly. The image is grainy, dark. Emily turns her screen brightness all the way up, trying to see better. Linda walks up to the crib, stands there, just watching Noah sleep. Then, slowly, she reaches out and adjusts his blanket. Noah stirs, opens his eyes, searches for his pacifier, starts to cry. Linda picks him up, rocks him, hums softly. After a few minutes, she lays him back down, then leaves. Why is she doing this? Why go in there in the middle of the night? Why touch him when he's sleeping? She keeps watching. 3:52 a.m. The door opens again. Linda comes in. Same movements. Walks up to the crib. Adjusts the blanket. Noah wakes. cries. Linda picks him up, rocks him, puts him back down. Emily doesn't sleep that night. She spends it rewatching recordings from the last 2 weeks and finds the same pattern. Every night, between 2 and 4 in the morning, Linda goes into Noah's room. Always around the same times. Always the same actions. And every time, Noah wakes up right after. Theories start forming in Emily's head. Linda is waking Noah on purpose, so she can be the one to calm him, so he'll depend on her, so Emily will look incompetent, so Noah will prefer grandma over mom, so Linda stays in control, so she's needed. Emily had read about this. Grandparents who compete with the parents, who create emotional triangles, who subtly sabotage in order to keep power. Fear turns into anger, but Emily can't accuse without being absolutely sure. She can't just show the video to Ryan and say, "Your mom is sabotaging our son." He'd never buy it. He'd say Linda was just checking on him, that Emily was exaggerating, being unfair. She needed more proof. She needed to understand why Linda was doing this. The next morning, Emily watched Linda with new eyes. Every gesture felt calculated. Every word, manipulation. When Linda picked Noah up and he stopped crying instantly, Emily felt such a strong stab of jealousy. She almost grabbed him out of her arms, but she held it together, smiled, pretended everything was fine. "How did you sleep, Linda?" she asked, trying to sound casual. "Fine," Linda answered, not looking at her. "Even though Noah woke up a few times, but I took care of him. You didn't even notice, huh? I let you sleep." Emily forced a smile. "Yeah, thanks." Inside, the anger grew. "I let you sleep." As if it were a favor, as if Emily was too incompetent to take care of her own child. That night, Emily decided to test something. She pretended to go to bed, but stayed awake, phone in hand, watching the live camera feed. She waited. 1 hour, 2 hours. 2:32 a.m. The door begins to open. Emily jumps up, runs down the hallway barefoot, heart in her throat. She throws Noah's door open and finds Linda standing next to the crib, her hand stretched toward Noah. They lock eyes. "What are you doing?" Emily asks, her voice shaking. Linda doesn't look surprised, just tired. "I was checking on him. He was sleeping. I heard a noise." "What noise? I didn't hear anything." Silence. Noah, now awake from Emily's loud voice, starts crying. Linda steps toward the crib, but Emily is faster. She grabs her son, holding him tight. "I'll take care of him." Linda steps back, looks at Emily with an expression that mixes hurt and something else. Anger? Disappointment? "You think I'm doing something wrong," Linda says quietly. Emily doesn't answer. "You think I'm hurting my grandson." "I didn't say that." "You don't have to. I can see it in the way you look at me." Linda takes another step back. "I came here to help, that's all. But if you don't want my help, I'll leave." And she walks out. Emily stays there, holding Noah, heart racing, not sure if she did the right thing or just blew up her whole family. The next morning, the house is silent. Linda packs her bags. Ryan is clearly upset but doesn't say much. He just helps carry her things to the car. Before leaving, Linda looks at Emily. "I hope you figure out what's making Noah like this, because it's not me." And she leaves. Ryan comes back inside, looks at Emily with an expression she'd never seen on his face. Disappointment. Hurt. "You kicked my mom out." "I didn't kick her out. She decided to go." "Because you accused her." "I didn't accuse her of anything. You installed a camera to spy on my mom, Emily. You think I didn't notice?" Emily feels the floor drop under her feet. "I saw the camera. I'm not stupid. And I didn't say anything because I thought you'd realize on your own that you were wrong. But you didn't. You chose to believe my mom, who raised 3 kids and only came here to help, was doing something bad." He shakes his head. "I need some space." And he leaves. Emily is alone, holding Noah, and certain she's just destroyed everything. But that night, something changes. With Linda gone, Emily expects Noah to sleep better, to finally have a peaceful night. That's not what happens. Noah wakes up, 2:34 a.m., crying, scared. Emily runs to his room, picks him up, rocks him, sings, does everything she always does. It takes him 15 minutes to fall asleep again. 3:52 a.m. Noah wakes up again. Same pattern, same cry. Emily feels a wave of confusion. Linda isn't there anymore, so why is Noah still waking? She grabs her phone, opens the camera app, starts watching that night's recording. 2:34 a.m. Noah asleep. Room quiet. No one comes in. Then Noah moves, opens his eyes, starts crying. No one touched him. No one walked in. He just woke up. Emily rewinds, turns the volume all the way up, puts on headphones, and hears it. A sound, high-pitched, short, like an electronic beep. Then Noah stirs, opens his eyes, starts crying. Emily pauses, rewinds, listens again. The beep comes first. Then Noah wakes. She skips ahead to the next wake-up. Same pattern. First the beep, then the crying. Emily feels the floor vanish under her. Noah wasn't waking because Linda came in. He was waking before that, because of the beep. And then Linda, hearing him cry, came in to calm him down. A wave of nausea hits her. Linda had never been waking Noah on purpose. She was just trying to help. And Emily had pushed her away, had blown up that relationship, had made her husband doubt their marriage, all because of a wrong assumption. But then, what was that sound? Emily doesn't sleep the rest of the night. She spends the hours hunting that noise, downloads noise meter apps, frequency, analyzers, spectrogram tools, watches recordings over and over, writing down exact times. The pattern is disturbingly consistent. Between midnight and 4 a.m., 2 or 3 times per night, at irregular intervals, the beep appears. And every time, Noah wakes. She tries to track the source, puts her phone in different spots in his room, recording ambient sound, presses her ear against the wall, the floor, the window, checks every electronic device in the apartment: router, TV, fridge, microwave, washer, AC, intercom, smoke alarm. Nothing. The sound isn't coming from inside their place. Emily goes back to Noah's room, stands there in silence, just listening. Then she notices it seems to be coming from the wall that separates their apartment from 302. The wall Noah's crib is pushed up against. She presses her ear to the wall, waits. And then, like it was on cue, she hears it. Muffled, distant, but clearly there. The beep. Emily feels a mix of relief and horror. Relief because she's finally found the source. Horror because she'd blown up her whole family over a sound coming through the wall. That afternoon, heart-pounding, she goes to her neighbor's door. Knocks, waits, no answer. She knocks again, harder. Footsteps. The door opens. An older man, maybe in his 60s, appears. Gray hair, reading glasses hanging around his neck, kind but slightly confused expression. "Hi," Emily says, trying to keep her voice steady. "I'm Emily from 301. I'm so sorry to bother you, but I need to show you something." He introduces himself as Mr. Alvarez and invites her in. Emily explains the situation, talks about Noah, the broken sleep, the weeks of exhaustion, shows a clip on her phone, volume all the way up. At the exact moment the beep happens, Mr. Alvarez frowns, tilts his head, listens carefully. Then his face changes. He gives a small, embarrassed half-smile, the smile of someone who recognizes an old problem and feels guilty for ignoring it. "Oh, that's the fridge," he says quietly. "It beeps when the thermostat messes up. It's been doing that for a while. I don't even notice it anymore." Emily gently asks if she can hear it up close. He leads her to the kitchen, points to an old white fridge with dents on the side and faded sports stickers. "She's old," he explains. "The repair guy came and said the thermostat is faulty. Every time the compressor shuts off wrong, it beeps like that. I live alone, sleep with the bedroom door closed, so it never bothered me." He pauses, scratches his head. "Honestly, I kind of forgot it did that. I forget a lot of things lately. My daughter keeps telling me I need to see a doctor, but I always forget to make the appointment. Emily feels her chest tighten. It's not just the fridge. Mr. Alvarez is starting to have memory problems. And that beep he doesn't hear anymore is a silent alarm only one person noticed. An 8-month-old baby on the other side of the wall. Emily leans in close to the fridge. Waits, and then, as if on cue, the fridge beeps. Same tone, same length, the exact sound that, through the wall, wakes Noah up every night. A swarm of emotions hits her. Relief, anger, guilt, mostly guilt. "I'll replace the fridge," Mr. Alvarez says immediately. "I promise. This week, I'm so sorry. I had no idea it was bothering you." Emily thanks him, tries to smile. Inside, the weight of her guilt is crushing, because for weeks, she'd been suspicious of the wrong person. She watched, doubted, built a whole story of sabotage around a woman who was just trying to help, a woman who is her son's grandma, her husband's mother. Now she has to face what she's done. That same afternoon, Emily and Ryan rearrange Noah's room. They barely talk. Things between them have been tense since Linda left. But when Emily explains about the beep in the neighbor's fridge, Ryan quietly helps. They pull Noah's crib away from the shared wall, even though it ruins the perfect symmetry of the room. They put up a makeshift foam panel behind the crib, swap the thin curtain for a blackout one that also helps muffle sound, seal the gap under the door with a rubber strip. And for good measure, they turn on a small fan in the corner to create steady white noise that masks sudden sounds. That night, for the first time in weeks, the house feels different. The beep still happens. Mr. Alvarez hasn't replaced the fridge yet, but the sound that reaches Noah's room is muted, distant, almost nothing. Noah stirs, but doesn't wake. Time passes, 1 hour, 2, 3. Emily, used to waking every hour, opens her eyes around 3:20 a.m. out of habit and hears no crying. She lies still, barely breathing. She gets up quietly, walks to Noah's door, and peeks in. He's sleeping deeply, hands relaxed, face calm. Actually sleeping. For real. Emily's eyes fill with tears. The next morning, Noah wakes up different. No crying. He babbles, calls, waits. When Emily walks in, he smiles. A wide, bright smile she hasn't seen in a long time. In that moment, Emily realizes how much the exhaustion had stolen, not just sleep, but the joy in their home. 2 days later, Mr. Alvarez texts, "Got a new fridge, and I finally made that doctor's appointment. My daughter says thanks to you." Emily bakes cornbread as a good neighbor gesture. Mr. Alvarez looks embarrassed, but accepts. "Sorry again. I should have fixed it sooner." Emily shakes her head. "We didn't know. Now we do. That already changes everything." With a quieter house and new routines, life slowly falls back into place. Noah starts waking up in a good mood, playing in his crib before calling for them. He eats better, laughs more, takes full naps. But there's one wound that still hasn't healed. Emily knows what she has to do. It takes her 3 days to work up the courage. On Friday afternoon, she calls Linda. "Hello? Linda, it's Emily. I need to talk to you." Silence on the other end. "I'm listening. In person. Please. I need to show you something." Linda hesitates, then agrees. The next day, Linda arrives. She walks in carefully, like she's stepping into enemy territory. Ryan is at work. It's just Emily, Linda, and Noah. Emily makes coffee, sets 2 cups on the table, offers Linda a slice of cake. "Linda, I need to tell you something." Linda sits. Emily takes a deep breath. "I installed a camera in the baby's room." Silence. "I know Ryan told you, and I was spying on you. I thought you were waking Noah up on purpose. I thought you were doing something wrong." Linda doesn't say anything, just looks at her own hands on the table. "I saw you going into his room at night, and I thought you were sabotaging me. that you wanted me to look like a bad mom, that you wanted to take my place. Emily's voice breaks. But I was wrong, completely wrong. She picks up her phone, opens the camera app, shows Linda the footage, the exact moment the beep happens, Noah waking, and only then Linda coming in. You weren't waking him up. You were trying to calm him down. And I kicked you out. I wrecked our relationship. I almost wrecked my marriage, all because I chose to spy instead of just asking. Tears start running down her face. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Linda is quiet for a long time. When she finally speaks, her voice is low, controlled. I knew. Emily looks up, surprised. I knew you were suspicious of me, Linda continues. I could feel it, in the way you looked at me, in the questions you asked, in the way you double-checked everything I did, in the way you watched every move. She pauses, takes a long breath. And I was angry, because I came here to help. I got up in the middle of the night, took care of Noah, did everything I could. And you looked at me like I was the enemy. Emily feels her heart crack. But I also understand, Linda says, finally looking at her. Because I was a first-time mom once too. I was scared. I also felt like someone else was taking my place. She pauses. When Ryan was a baby, my mother-in-law moved in with us too. She did everything, took care of him better than I did. And I started to feel like I wasn't enough, like he preferred her over me. I got so jealous I asked her to leave. And then I regretted it, because she was only trying to help. And I was so insecure I turned help into a threat. They sit in silence. Being a mom is hard, Linda says. Being a grandma is hard too. We want to help, but we don't want to overstep. We want to be close, but not in the way. And sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we help too much, or not enough, or in the wrong way. She reaches her hand across the table. But we fix it when we're brave enough to tell the truth. Emily takes her hand, and for the first time in weeks, she feels like this family can breathe again. Thank you, Emily whispers. Thank you for not giving up on me. Linda squeezes her hand. We take care of him together, not one against the other, together. In the days that follow, something shifts in the house. Linda comes back, but this time, with clear boundaries and honest conversations, Emily and Linda start really talking, not just about schedules and bottles, but about fear, exhaustion, how hard it is to care for a little human. Linda shares tricks she's learned over the years. Emily shares her first-time mom insecurities. And the camera? Emily offers to take it down, but Linda suggests something else. Let's use it to learn, not to spy, to see. What works and what doesn't, to adjust his routine together. So that's what they do. They watch small clips together. They notice Noah sleeps better if his last nap ends before 3 p.m., that a warm bath helps more than a cooler one, that he likes to be rocked a certain way, with slow, steady movements. Little adjustments that, together, make a huge difference. The whole mood at home lightens. The tension lifts. Conversations open up. Linda starts respecting Emily's boundaries. Emily starts appreciating Linda's experience. What used to feel like a competition turns into a partnership. Ryan, watching the change, smiles again. You two together are unstoppable, he says, hugging them both. Today, Noah is a year and 2 months old, sleeps through most nights, wakes up smiling, plays on his own, eats well. Linda visits regularly, but doesn't live with them anymore. And when she comes over, she's welcomed with warmth, not tension. The camera is still there, but its role has changed. It's no longer about surveillance. It's about attention. A tool for learning. A bridge, not a wall. And Mr. Alvarez? He's become a family friend. He was diagnosed with early-stage Alzheimer's, started treatment. His daughter, who lived in another state, moved back to help him. Every time he sees Noah in the hallway, he smiles. That little boy saved me, he says. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have gone to the doctor. Sometimes a single beep in the middle of the night changes more than just sleep. It changes how we look at the person on the other side of the wall, the person on the other side of the table, the person on the other side of our suspicion. Emily carries this story like a scar. It hurts to remember, but it teaches. She almost destroyed her relationship with her mother-in-law because she chose to spy instead of ask, because she built a whole story on top of fear instead of building a conversation on top of doubt, because she turned help into a threat, because she let insecurity speak louder than reason. Before you install a camera, try installing a conversation. Before you look for someone to blame, look for the cause. Before you watch from a distance, ask up close. Because sometimes the problem isn't the person right in front of you, it's the noise you're not hearing, the fear you're not naming, the question you're too scared to ask. And when you finally find the courage to tell the truth, you might discover that on the other side there isn't an enemy. There's someone just as tired as you, just as scared as you, just as human as you. And you? Have you ever doubted someone and later realized you were completely wrong? Have you ever been unfairly accused of something you didn't do? How did you handle it? Were you able to rebuild trust? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and I want to hear your story.